G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be covering where all the NA East DreamHack Duo teams are dropping for the finals today and who I think has the best chance of winning, because there's some big teams that are completely uncontested that could run away with the tournament, and there's unfortunately some favorites that have a lot of teams dropping on them for what I think is pretty much no reason, and it could really affect their tournament. But you guys know me, I get so excited for these tournaments. I love breaking down the drop spots and just letting you guys know what's going on so you can get as hyped for it as what I am. At the end of today's video, I want to do something a little bit different though. I want to talk to you guys about just why I'm not playing Fortnite that much, why if you come to my streams I'm not playing it, and just my general advice for you if you've fallen out of love with Fortnite and why it's just not the end of the world. So I'll give you that advice at the end of today's video. If you're just feeling stuck right now, you've just at a low point with Fortnite, trust me, I got you. Don't worry, stick around till the end. If we take a look at the drop spot map for NA East, as you can see, it's an interesting one. And don't worry, I'm going to be talking about EU tomorrow. EU semifinals haven't happened yet, so we don't know where EU's dropping for finals because we don't know who's qualified. But straight off the bat, some of my predictions for teams that are going to do the best right now, and this is based on the map. Again, if any of these teams get contested, they might not do as well, but based on the drop spots right now, there's a few duos I've really got an eye out for. Centered and Commandment at Caddy Corners. They are so consistent in everything they touch right now. They have uncontested Caddy Corners, which is a fantastic duo drop spot, and also it's a drop spot and a team that I don't believe anyone would be game enough to drop on to contest them. I think there's a lot of other drops on the map that teams will go for before they go for Caddy Corners, and you've already got Ospen Joji up at Weather Station. Ospen Joji, while being a very scary fighting team, is a very smart team that I don't think will regularly try and push down and fight Centered and Commandment. They might maybe go for surge tags on them, but if you go for surge tags on Caddy Corners and they get to zone before you and they turn around and decide to hold you, it is not a fun time. I think Ospen Joji will look for their surge tags on Hapt and Crip, so I have to imagine that Centered Commandment Caddy Corners is looking like a really winning combination. Also, we have Acorn and Jack as Slurpee Swarms. They're the FNCS champs. They've been playing duos together for I think as long as pretty much any other team here. They've been playing duos since way back in duos FNCS. They've had ridiculous performances. They're on a hot streak and they have uncontested Slurpee. I mean, what more do you need? Slacks and Illis is another team I have very high hopes for. Hydro Dam isn't the greatest drop spot without the RPG, but it does give you a surprising amount of loot, and it's a drop spot that I guarantee no one will want to contest, especially against Slacks and Illis. So that's kind of like my dark horse duo coming into this. We have Miro and Rise uncontested at Holy Hedges. Now, the reason why I'm not as confident in that team is because I think if anyone was going to contest a major POI right now, it would be Miro and Rise at Holy Hedges. They're a fantastic team. They're on an absolute hot streak right now. Miro popping off with his trio, Rise popping off with his, but I don't think Rise especially commands as much respect in the scene as what he deserves. So I think if teams were looking for an easier drop spot, they might be mistaken and think Miro and Rise is a good drop, even though they'll probably lose most of the rounds. Just those few games of being contested could cost Miro and Rise, but if they keep it uncontested, I have very high hopes for them. We have Clicks and Day at Pleasant Park. Now, this one is an interesting one because it's Clicks and Day. It is by far top 5 or even top 3 scariest teams to fight on spawn in NA East, but it's Pleasant Park. Pleasant Park's a drop spot because it's so spread out. You can really kind of sneak your way in, or you can convince yourself that as a duo, maybe we take, you know, the east half of Pleasant Park and then rotate back to the bridge. You can try and sneak some of the loot away from them. If they stay uncontested though, they are your DreamHack champions from the last DreamHack duos we had. They have to be top of your list as a team to win it. I'm just scared that someone might drop on them, and it's Clicks. At the end of the day, we all know kids like to clout drop. There are a lot of big names in these finals, but there are a few unknown names, and those are the scary ones to always see last minute they start dropping on first place in the last couple of games. So I guess we'll have to see. Degen and Ages out of Orchard right now looks ridiculous. It's their trio drop. They've been playing duos since the dawn of time as well. They are both looking fantastic coming into this, and they really have stamped their mark on Orchard, so I think they'll be able to hold that one down. I think another sleeper pick for me could potentially be Nosh and Paper. Uncontested risky from a team that Nosh especially is doing insanely well right now since splitting with Paper though. So I hope they still perform well together. I think that is probably going to be my sleeper pick up there with Slacks and Illest if I had to pick them. Also, we have Booga and Bizzle at uncontested Sweaty. My pick for tomorrow is they are not going to get uncontested Sweaty. I just don't think Bizzle commands enough respect in the pro scene as an on-spawn fighter. I think if people are looking for a drop spot, they're going to look at Sweaty Sands to be the drop they're going to want to go to contest Booga and Bizzle, because Sweaty Sands has a ridiculous amount of loot. And like I said with Pleasant, you can easily split it east from west, grab your loot and run, or get a good foothold to then fight a team that I think a lot of people in the scene think they can beat. I think Booga and Bizzle are going to be a lot harder on spawn than a lot of teams think, but that's the way I think pros are going to take it. There are some other phenomenal duos on here uncontested that I think could pop off given the chance. Knight and Shark have been playing together again since the dawn of time. You have Zuniz and Polarized on a really good drop split. You even have some underrated teams like Chimp and Visuals at Weeping Woods. There's a lot of teams that could pop off out of this, but I wanted to pick the main ones that I think are going to do the best based on their drop spots. But we also have really, really good teams that are contested, and depending on how those drops go, could still pop off. You've got Tayson and Thomas HD going up against Who Fishy and Kaz, a typical NA East versus EU situation over the Kami split. We have Macwood and Kanata unfortunately getting contested, but I mean, honestly, I believe it's pronounced Clusia. I'm so sorry. I know I butchered these names. And Tripper's team, I would be very scared if I was them. If I could go any drop spot last, if I could go any drop spot that I want to guarantee that I get 6-0'd at, it's going to be Craggy Cliffs. Kanata and Macwood are just different beasts. They know Craggy Cliffs better than anyone else. They really just never lose at Craggy. So I'm not too scared for them being contested. I think if anything, this could potentially just be free surge and free points. I don't want to flame Tripper's team. I don't want to talk down on them. It's just Macwood and Kanata are that good at Craggy Cliffs. I would be going anywhere else given the opportunity. I might be surprised. I might be, you know, who knows? Tomorrow. You never know how it's going to go. But I have very high hopes for Macwood and Kanata despite getting contested. We have Jamper Threats at Dirty Dogs getting contested by KJ Rop and Neon. That could be one that could go either way. Jamper and Threats, very, very scary, but KJ Rop and Neon, they do know how to fight on spawn, so I think that might be an interesting one. Also, Misty Meadows getting triple contested. It's just not worth that much loot. Eclipse Justice, ZDK, Kamui, and Snake Accept. I think Snake and Accept's plan is to take the western portion of Misty Meadows and the houses and get that loot and go. But if the fight breaks down between Eclipse's team and Kamui's team, that fight will drag out and it's just going to be a battle of third parties. It could even be how Osp and Joji get their Storm Surge or Centered Commandment, rotate past third party the team at Misty that's in a three-way fight, take all the loot and the surge and run. I don't know. It's very scary for those teams. You have Avery and Saf going up against Nani and Durant. That's a scary one. I think Avery and Saf probably have the advantage at Lazy Lake. They know the drop spot insanely well, but Nani and Durant are very, very underrated fighters. You got Bucky and Creo going up against Neverfight and Soaks at Retail Row. I haven't seen Bucky and Creo play together in a while. That is another OG duo. Very, very scary fighting duo. Retail Row kind of drags out though. You can split the houses, split the noms. You can then rotate it. It's a difficult fight to try to close out really, really quickly. There's some other drops that are contested as well. You got Marzo W going up against Goku's team at Stealthy Stronghold. Rokane and Skittles going up against Posed and Claw at Boney Burbs. But those are kind of the main teams I'd be looking out for. Refsguard and Scram, another EU team. I think that's the EU team that even contested really could come out of nowhere. They know they know Steamy Stacks like the back of their hands. Gone up against Robs and Dragon. I don't really know how good that team is at fighting Steamy Stacks, but those are the drops. You can look at them yourselves as well. I just wanted to give you guys like an overview of the teams I'm looking out for and how I think it'll break down. Tomorrow though, or today by the time you're watching this video, it could completely change and all these guys change their drop spots like they always do on me, but I'm excited for this tournament. It's going to be an absolute banger. I just wanted to finish off this video adding my thoughts on why I'm not playing Fortnite so much at the moment. I know you guys have all been asking about it, and I just want to give you some advice I've found from playing video games since I was like 3 or 4 years old. it's okay to take a break from a game that you're not enjoying. It doesn't mean you're giving up on Fortnite. It doesn't mean you're cheating on Fortnite. It's not that big of a deal. It's just, if you're not enjoying the game so much right now, don't force yourself to keep grinding it and just, you know, playing it endlessly when you really aren't having fun. Just wait. We have a new season coming out in like 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe play a little bit here and there, run up some creative with your friends. You won't get washed. Your mechanics will not disappear overnight. If you really are that worried about your mechanics, smash out 30 minutes to an hour of creative a day, keep your mechanics up, and then go play another game you enjoy more. I guarantee then when the new season drops, you'll jump back in refreshed, your mechs will still be there, you'll absolutely dominate, and you'll be that much more motivated to keep playing. Forcing yourself to play a game you don't enjoy will make you resent it. Even if you get a good season, you'll be so far gone and just not enjoying it at all. You'll look for any reason to find it not fun, and then you won't want to go back to it even if the game now becomes more fun. I get for a lot of you, Fortnite was the first big game you really fell in love with, you were obsessed with, but as someone who's played, you know, I've sunk out like years of playtime into so many different games. League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Overwatch, PUBG, Halo 3, like you name it, I've been playing games again since I was like 3 years old. It's completely fine, and it's the way that you won't burn out on the game. I've been absolutely loving playing Warzone and Apex right now. I think they're two battle royales that are super fun, and while having a, you know, a pretty difficult bar of entry to get into, there's a steep learning curve and you do get punished at the start. Playing a new game and just enjoying it and learning it has made me feel so refreshed, so that I'm just getting more and more excited for this new season of Fortnite to go back and absolutely love it. But if I got on Fortnite right now, I wouldn't hate it because I've taken a 2 or 3 week break, but I also wouldn't love it either, and that's just not worth it for me. I'd rather go play Minecraft. I'm playing Minecraft with my wife. It's a whole bunch of fun. Just find another game that you enjoy right now, or something else. Take up working out, take up surfing, skateboarding, anything. Just take a break from Fortnite. If you're not enjoying it, it'll still be there. You'll still love it when the new season drops, and this way you'll be refreshed and you can jump back in with an entirely refreshed perspective. Remember, I will be doing a viewing party for the NAE's DreamHack Finals, so make sure you check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/AussieAntics. I'll be doing a bingo board for gifted subs, predictions, all that stuff as always. But if you liked today's video, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on which teams you think will do well, or if you've been trying out any other games that you've really been enjoying at the moment. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.